Hello, this is a video that is about how to do the oil change on your Fox here shock. On this video I'm gonna show you how to do the oil change without changing the rubber seals. The first step, you have to take out the air out of your shock. The next step is take the valve off to make sure that all the air is out of the shock. Now I'm gonna take the shock off the bike. Now that the shock is off the bike, I'm gonna open it. The first thing that you have to do is remove this part here first, because if you don't do it, you might damage the shock, because sometimes when you are opening it, unscrewing this part, the cam, it kinds of explode coming to this direction, and if this part is on it, it might damage the seal. All right, now to open the can part, you just gotta have to unscrew it like that. Sometimes it's pretty hard, sometimes it's easy. Mine it's easy because few days ago I did the oil change, but I use a different oil. I was using 5W, but I didn't like the way how it got, because it got too soft. This time I'm gonna use 7.5W to do a test to see how it's gonna get. It all depends on your weight. I weigh 92 kilograms. Now I'm gonna continue unscrewing it. I'll be right back. Sometimes it gets hard to unscrew the cam. Then you put an inner tube around it, something made of material, so your hand does not slip. So now that I opened the cam, be careful not to lose the seals. These are the seals that everyone that does a video about rear shock maintenance says that it's necessary to change, but that it's not true. I have opened mine several times and I never changed them, and they are still working. All right. Now that I have opened the air part, I'm gonna open the oil part. The wrench that I use to open the oil part is this one. In millimeters, the 23 millimeter one will work. All right. So now I'm gonna open it. So just put the wrench here and spin it, but on the end of the spin, when you are about to finish, you better put the rag around it. Let me see. Yeah. No, it's not coming. You put the rag around it because it will spill oil with pressure a bit, okay? So you don't get your place all messed up. So look how I did, guys. Now I'm gonna remove the wrench and the rag, and you guys will see how the oil is spilled. So look on the rag. If there was no rag, all of this oil would be spilling on your desk. So now I'm gonna throw out this oil and I'm gonna put the new one. Pretty simple. You don't have to disassemble the other parts. That is bullshit. It's a lie. You only have to do that when your shock is losing oil or losing pressure. Otherwise, you may keep the original seals and reuse them. All right, I'm gonna continue the job. My oil wasn't too bad, but the reason that I'm changing it, it's because I used a mix of 5W light and 5W normal, and it didn't get good. Now I'm gonna test 7.5W to see how it's gonna get. You just clean this part very well, and then you pour the oil into it. I'm gonna clean it. So I cleaned this part very well, removed the old oil. Now I'm gonna add the new oil. As I said before, I'm not going to change any seal. I'm gonna use the old ones, they are good. Now I just have to put this part back on place. It goes like that. Just put this part here, and then you begin to spin it with your hand. Now I have put it both parts back together. I always like to put some grease in this part a little, you know, to avoid squeaking noises. And I use this type of grease. Its composition is made of copper. It's an automotive grease. Pretty good quality. After you put the can back on place, you just have to adjust the seals so they can get into the can again. And now you just have to screw the can back here. I'm gonna put it back here. See, with just one hand. Okay, done. You don't have to over tight anything, you know. As soon as the thread ends, just touch it. Don't over tight. Now the job is done. I just have to put the shock back on the bike and put air on it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching my video. If you like it, thumbs up. Thank you.